What's up, brothers? Matt Deeks here with another video. Appreciate you guys for popping by. So we're going to be talking about week 25 Hard Stratagem, and there's a reason why I keep doing the pointing emote, and it's because of one of the battlefield conditions, which we're going to cover in a second, all right, guys? But with that being said, honestly, this week was probably one of the easiest I've ever encountered in the stratagems run so far. Even on the hard, honestly, guys, go for those extra points on the hard because it's really not that difficult, okay? Especially if you're going to be popping this emo every once in a while. So sit back, enjoy, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's get into everything. All right, so the stratagem this week is on Vox Liberatus, and again, one of the shortest missions in the game, along with, Decapitation and Inferno. But Vox Liberatus, very, very quick. Just before we get into the battlefield conditions, just know that if you do just want to beat it, there are multiple areas. I think most in all of the other operations, this is the operation that has the most fast track areas. So there are so many different areas that you can just kind of get to the elevator shaft, get to the gate, and it'll close behind you. Okay, I won't go into all of those. You can see all my other guides that I go over that kind of explain this. But anyways, if you just want to, beat it, you can fast track this mission so efficiently. But with that being said, let's go into the battlefield conditions. So first one is pointed attack. So pointing deals significant damage to the enemy you point to. And if you saw with my quick montage at the beginning of the video, it really works. It works against, it pops Minoris one shot. It basically pops Majoris with 1 point, and an extremist, I think, like 1 point and a little small swipe of your melee, and it does the job. It's pretty insane. Okay, so pointed attack, really, really good battlefield condition in our favor. So also keep in mind, you will want to have the emote on quick emote. So I'm going to show you something right here, and I'm going to explain this one small thing to you just to make your life a little bit easier if you don't know. So when you're in the game, guys, just open the wheel and make sure you put it to this way. Leave it there because it'll be in fast track mode. So you can just click it and you'll be good to go. All right, so with that out of the way, let's get into the second battlefield condition. So Warp Storm, a psychic storm periodically hits. All right, so honestly, this is not too crazy. Every once in a while, you're going to be encountering like a purplish, reddish psychic storm on the floor. You just got to dodge it, roll out of the way, and you're good to go. And then it's the last battlefield condition that honestly gives you the hardest time, but it's really not even that bad. So Empathy. So 100% damage is shared amongst all players. Now, let me explain this to you because they kind of word it oddly. So 100% damage is shared amongst all players. So how that works is at least this is how I understood it, and this is how I experienced it. Okay, so let's say you get a hit that causes, let's just say, for number's sake, 30% damage, okay? Instead of you yourself taking 30% of all the damage, 10% is distributed amongst both or including yourself and the other two teammates. So again, that's how I understood it, and that's how I understand the wording and how I experienced it in the one run that I played through. That I got the victory in. So so let's say again, 30% damage. Let's say an extremist just hits you, a terminus hits you with a little swirl attack. You get 30 damage, boom, 10% you, 10% your teammate, 10% your other teammate. That's how I understand it. Please let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong. All right, I will put an alert pinned post in my comment section correcting it. But again, this is how I experienced it and understand it. One more note with the last one, Empathy. If you're playing with teammates that often, lower level teammates or new people in the game, new players in the game, unfortunately, it's probably not going to be in your favor just because they're going to be getting hit a lot more. They're not sure how to perfect parry. They're not sure how to dodge. They're not sure how to block. You're probably going to get a little more of this empathy towards you. So just keep that in mind. If you do want to run this, maybe run it with a couple buddies that are level 25s and are experienced in the game. I was running with I believe a level 10 and another level 25. Obviously I was level 25, so oddly enough we ran it. Everyone was really good, so the empathy battlefield condition did not affect me that much. All right, but with that being said, let's get into what class I ran with and what classes and perks I recommend. Now, if you've seen my videos, you know I love the Vanguard. It's my main class. Whenever I want to hold down the fort and I want to go in for an epic run, whether it's siege mode, stratagems, or absolute operations, I choose my go-to, the Vanguard. Unless for some reason the Vanguard has a negative battlefield condition against him, I will use the Vanguard. So with that being said, I did use my boy the Vanguard. I used the Melter Rifle, I used the Honorific Bolt Pistol, and I used the Fencing Variant Chainsword. Now, the reason why I say the Vanguard is the best, at least for myself and in this specific mission, is because you're going to be getting that empathy, right? So with that empathy, you're going to be taking a lot, or I wouldn't even say a lot more damage, but you might be taking a lot more damage than you usually would because you are sharing it amongst everybody. So again, if you have one or two bad players on the team, or just newer players, I don't even want to call them bad players, just newer players, less experienced players, you might get hit and you might take more damage than usual. So this is why I like the Vanguard build, specifically with perks like Adrenaline Rush that gives you 5% for every Majoris level or higher kill, and then obviously Unmatched Seal, which gives you 30% for every Extremist or Terminus level kill. So it's basically like a free med kit. Another great class is the Bulwark, specifically for perks like Invigorating Icon, where it's going to be, giving you maximum contested health upon banner placing, perform an execution, pop a med kit, and you got full health, right? So this is going to be really good to negate the empathy battlefield condition. Also, for the team, you have Focus Restoration, keeps your armor high, thus keeping your health high. And then for the Bulwark, independently, you have Armor Reinforcement. Again, non-finisher gun strikes restore 1 armor segment. This will keep your armor high and keep your health high as well. So that empathy battlefield condition won't affect your health. It'll affect more of your armor, right? So you can keep that health intact. But honestly, brothers, any class or all the classes are going to be fine. This is not a tough operation, and there are no specific battlefield conditions that negatively affect any class, truly, right? So if you are a tactical main, if you are an assault main, or I already said Vanguard Bulwark, or sniper, or heavy, go for it, guys. If you play best with those classes, go for it, because you're probably going to succeed. So I won't keep too much of your time. Honestly, this was not a tough operation. Go at it, have fun. Don't forget to throw a few points when you can. Put those pointing emotes on fast emote so you don't have to, scroll the wheel like this. Just keep it, boom, right there so that you can just point and you're good to go. Okay. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.